I personally don't feel like I've ever chronically let my parents down in terms of career choices and what it is I wanted to do. I don't feel like I've really done that myself. But I know so many young people, older people as well, probably maybe pressure from wives or husbands, but so many young people that have came to different events of mine and been like, Richard, I would love to start a business, I would love to do this and that. I'm not sure what my parents might think of me. And that's the thing that holds them back from doing stuff. Hormozy has a great story about this, with his dad, and his dad was a doctor and having to, solely disappoint him. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need to kill someone else's dream for you to be able to live your own dream. What your parents want for you is ultimately comfort at the end of the day, or your guardians or whatever it may be. They want comfort. So regardless of the job, the degree, the lack of degree, whatever, parents at their core want you to be comfortable. They want you to be fed, watered, sheltered, healthy. Don't really care too much about materialistic things on the face of it. It's just natural parenting that is what they want for their children, right? And you will have these different ideas for your life, whether you're watching this and you're in school just now, whether you're watching this and you're an adult thinking about a career change, you're going to be at different points in your life. And by the way, what it is you want to do with your life always changes, right? You're never, the path you set at 15, 16 is probably never going to be the path that you actually follow in your life, right? That's me just being realistic. So you will have this plan for your own life, and at 99.9% of the time does not have any confluence with the plan that your parents have for you. Your parents have this plan here, they want you to go and do, and yours is sometimes the exact opposite or not on a similar trajectory whatsoever. Here's the reality. Biologically, you should outlive your parents. You should outlive your parents by the majority of your life, statistically, for most people, right? So people having kids older now and stuff like that. So realistically, you should have over half of your life without your parents, both parents or one parent, right? It is very, very illogical for you to base your lifetime's work and achievements off of your parents' expectations of you. If you've watched anything that I talk about previously in videos, I don't believe that work is meant to be fun, right? A job is not meant to be fun. Oh, I just want a job that makes me happy. There is 99.9% chance that there's not a job out there that makes you happy. That's just the facts. Every job is going to have stress and pressure, deadlines. It's all going to be this stuff. It's very unlikely that you're going to find this job that's like, wow, I'm so happy. You might enjoy parts of the job. You might enjoy perks and benefits. You might enjoy the salary that you get. This here does not mean that you're happy with the job. So if you're one of these people just now that's thinking, oh yeah, I don't know what to do, I just want to swap careers to do something that makes me happy, the likelihood is that thing doesn't exist, right? Like, I follow this account on YouTube that's funny interactions between employers and employees when people are leaving jobs, and the amount of time that employers are like, oh, you were only here for the money. Of course I was only here for the money. Why else do you think I was here? To build your dream? No, I was here for the money. I was here to get paid. So if someone else is paying me better, I'm going to leave. It's that simple, right? So I think that it's not intelligent for you to build your life around what your parents want you to do when realistically they're not going to be here for the majority of that life. And ultimately, it will go against their real goal as parents, which is obviously to set you up for life and stuff like that, but also to raise a happy, content child. Content's probably a better word. Someone who's content, who is doing what they want to do in the world and have their own autonomy. Now, saying that something is illogical or not intelligent doesn't really change the emotions involved with that. Loads of people fight very, very hard about stuff like this with themselves. They're fighting internally thinking what is the right thing to do, what's the wrong thing to do, because realistically nobody wants to disappoint their parents. Nobody wants to do it, right? But at the same time, you don't want to sign yourself up for a life that you don't want to live. And ultimately, everything in your life, if that's what you choose to do, is, oh, I don't want to study this subject for 6 years because my mum and dad are desperate for me to be that guy. Well, the reality is that going and doing that and having those 6 or 7 years of suffering doing something you don't want to do and maintaining the standards and all that stuff, that is going to have a knock-on effect in every single aspect of your life. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your marriage. It will affect your ability to parent. It will affect your social skills. And it will also drastically affect the relationship you have with your parents. And I've seen this happen so many times. That's the relation that gets hit the most. It's very easy to get angry at them for you doing that thing. Now, everyone's going to have their own opinions on this stuff. You might need to think about it for 20 minutes and go and tell your parents, actually, you know what? I'm not doing what you want me to do. You might need to think about it for 2 or 3 years. Or you might think about it and never action anything at all. And live the life that your mum and dad want you to live. I often hear this a lot from people who have been privately educated. And they're like, oh, my parents spent £15,000 per year on my education and need to pay them back somehow. It's like, oh, paying them back is going and doing a university degree or a vocational apprenticeship, whatever it may be, that you didn't want to do. That's paying them back. Also, they chose to privately educate you, which you didn't ask for, and now you have to pay them back by doing yet another thing you didn't ask to do. Okay, doesn't really add up and make sense, but fine.